Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A heat wave has settled in over the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and the northeastern U.S., continuing through midweek. Significant heavy rain and flash flooding threats exist for the Texas Gulf Coast today and tomorrow, associated with potential Tropical Cyclone 1. Heavy rain and severe thunderstorms are possible today and tomorrow from the upper Midwest into the Central Plains. Late-season wet snow persists across the high elevations of the northern Rockies for the next several days. Closer to home, hot and dry weather will transition into cooler and wetter weather later this week. A tropical system from the Gulf of Mexico will bring moisture, which will give the region a chance to drizzle by the end of the week. Lingering moisture will allow for a chance of thunderstorms over the weekend into early next week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Let's talk about it. The salt fire erupted yesterday near Apache Summit. The summit was evacuated. That fire caused the closure of Highway 70. The tribe's evacuation center for all residents is at the Community Center Gymnasium in Mescalero. Livestock can be held at the Mescalero Rodeo Grounds for those in need. Now, the much larger South Fork fire also sprung to life yesterday, very near the Albertsons in Ruidoso. I spoke with Thad, the manager on duty last night at around 5:30.
Nobody has come to my front door to tell us to evacuate just quite yet, but the fire is super close. I may have to make that decision myself.
Multiple evacuations from that fire, including the entirety of Ruidoso and Ruidoso Downs. Highway 70 closed from 4 miles east of Mescalero to 2 miles east of Carrizo. Air was the only method being used to fight the fires. Dwayne Duffy, the VP of the Mescalero Apache tribe, spoke with KTSM.
With the way the weather is, the winds did pick up. It is hot, it is dry out there, and they are doing what they can with the resources that they have, and of course ensuring that all of our firefighters underground are protected and we're not jeopardizing anybody's life.
Mayor Craig Turner of Cloudcroft offered up his village's support.
I have reached out to Mayor Crawford and let him know that all the services and resources that Cloudcroft have to offer, we are offering those to them, hoping that we can help them in any way we can.
Shelters were made available in both Tularosa and Alamogordo, but the salt fire prevents travel along Highway 70. Anthony Torres of Mountain View Church spoke with Crazy Radio.
If Red Cross calls us, we will have shelters ready to go.
We also heard from Mayor Debbie Cooksey of Tularosa.
Tularosa is offering any help we can in the form of horse corrals for people that have animals, chicken coops, ducks, even offering their homes for people to stay in if they need them. We're going to open up our Civic Center. If we have to, we'll open up our Older American Center.
And Mayor Susan Payne of Alamogordo.
Alamogordo does stand ready to help our neighbors in Ruidoso if necessary.
The lodge at Cloudcroft is opening up for evacuees. Roswell is also housing evacuees at the Eastern New Mexico University Roswell Gymnasium. Otero County is accepting donations at the Otero County Fairgrounds for the evacuees of the fires in and around Ruidoso, looking for bottled water, clothes, toiletries, and snack items. Also, something that they don't have listed but might be a good idea, perhaps a few stuffed animals. The reason being, young children are very, very nervous, and sometimes a little stuffed teddy bear can make all the difference in calming their nerves. At the request of first responders, PNM has de-energized parts of the village of Ruidoso. Public safety is a top priority, and they did not make that decision lightly, but they are doing it at the request of the first responders. For information, keep an eye on the PNM Facebook page. And a vehicle crashed yesterday at the New Covenant Worship Center at the corner of Thunder Road and Scenic. From what we're understanding, a young driver operating a Chevy 2500 pickup truck was practicing to get his permit, somehow floored it at a turn, and then struck the fence on the corner. For those unfamiliar with the area, the fence is made up of brick pillars covered in stucco, as well as wrought iron. The iron folded up, but the bricks caused significant damage to the truck. No word on the costs of damage to either the truck or the church, but Pastor Walker says everybody is good, just mentally stressed and nerves were shaken. But as a result, there will be no introspection today from Pastor Johnny Walker. News from around the state in just a moment. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Officials received a call about an adult and 2 children in distress at the Rio Grande near Las Cruces just after 8 p.m. on Sunday. When deputies arrived, they found the children safe and sound but could not locate the man. New Mexico State Police search and rescue dive team did finally locate 59-year-old Hector Barraza. Unfortunately, he had passed away in the river. His body was recovered yesterday afternoon. The Office of the Medical Investigations is now looking into the incident. Investigators say they do not suspect any foul play. Donna Ana County Sheriff's Office officials did not provide any details about what led up to the man's drowning. Police have arrested 33-year-old Rosa Isleta Nahera of Sunland Park, who they believe instructed 2 men to kidnap a man, take him to Juarez, and execute him as a revenge for a previous incident. Nahera allegedly ordered the 2 men to beat up and kidnap Ramon Gomez Diaz in order to teach him a lesson. Diaz entered the Sunland Park police station to tell officers that he had just left the hospital after being beaten up and kidnapped, and then placed into a car to be taken across the border. He suffered fractured ribs and multiple injuries to his body, including his face and head. Sunland Park law enforcement found a video posted on social media which shows a woman making accusations of abuse and handing a weapon to 2 men who pulled Diaz out of his home, beat him, and forced him into a vehicle. Nahera was positively identified as the woman seen in the video by Diaz, as well as the victim's son and Nahera's own 14-year-old daughter. Nahera's daughter told police her mother ordered her to record the incident on video. Nahera is currently being held without bond. She's been charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree felony, conspiracy to commit fourth-degree felony, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and failure to comply with the conditions of release. The trial against William Brown, who was the first person that's been charged under Benny's Law in New Mexico, is underway. Brown has been charged with negligently making a firearm accessible to a minor. Jury selection is underway, and once they have a jury seated, opening statements will begin. Brown is facing 18 months behind bars if convicted. His son, Porfirio Brown, has been charged with second-degree murder and assault on a peace officer, but his first trial ended in a hung jury. The second trial is scheduled to begin on August 19th. Emergency crews in Dexter are asking people to stay away from a train crossing in the area after a train crashed into a semi-truck. According to Dexter Fire and Rescue, the driver of that semi was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, while the crew on the train had minor injuries. New Mexico State Police and BNSF officials are investigating the crash. They say the crash should be cleaned up by this afternoon. And the village of Corrales has opened up applications for the annual pet mayor election. The village says the 6 candidates from last year had a very tight race before Wendell the Goat, the current pet mayor, came out on top. There's no charge to enter the race, but votes are charged $1 each, and people can vote as often as they like, and you don't have to be from Corrales to cast a vote. The money raised from the election benefits Corrales Animal Services. Check out CorralesHarvestFestival.com for details. Weather's next, following this important message from Sunny Eris from Animal Village NM. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, Sunny Eris with Animal Village NM. We all know that most pets are terrified during evacuations, so please keep your pets safe inside your home so they don't escape. Don't let your dog or cat be one of millions who will escape in fear and end up dead or in animal control facilities during fire season, which will quickly overflow and start euthanizing to make space. Contact your city administration office in advance in case you have to be evacuated. Find out who's taking in families with their pets during fires. Prepare your vehicle with room for your cat and dog crates. Have your blankets, water, food for you and your pets packed, and clothing packed and ready. Have your pet crates ready by the door, and give your pets CBD or other calming medications ahead of time. to make it easy to load them and evacuate with them immediately. This is an emergency message from Animal Village NM.
Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 17 miles per hour, mostly clear tonight. Sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance for showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 28. Your high today in the basin, 96, low tonight of 69, high tomorrow, 99 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting as high as 26 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 25. Sunny tomorrow with a 40% chance for showers and storms, winds gusting as high as 31. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 75, low tonight of 51, high tomorrow, 76 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.